Welcome students. Uh, this session is to give you some tips and guidelines for your ensuing examination on services operations management. As you are aware, we have covered almost 15 chapters on services operations management. For both the batches I have covered for your management institution. One is those who have taken operations as a major specialization, and others who have taken operations as a minor subject. Unfortunately, many of the students could not attend my earlier sessions. I do understand, even today your coordinator called me up when I had logged into MS team. He told me students are appearing for some interview for internship selections. Now your examination starts from next week 11th. Today is 6, only 5 days left. And for the benefit of those students who could not attend my sessions, I thought at least I will record one session giving them some tips and which chapters they have to read from the prescribed textbook, and what are the, though I can't share with you specific questions and cases, I can give you some ideas, the chapters which have to focus, and within the chapter, because that book, the type of books which are selected, very big volume, running into 500 to 600 pages. But having said that, I have selected one of the best books which I have used for a couple of foreign universities, UK based and European universities. That's one of the best book which I have shared with you, ebook by Johnston, Services Operation Management, Johnston. The 5th edition has been released in UK where it is, but whatever presentations I have made, I have taken from 5th edition. So today what I am going to do, we will have a quick browse through of as many chapters as possible. I don't know within 1 hour how many chapters I can show you. I'm not going to explain any concept as such. At least I will browse through all the PPT slides which I have used so far, so that I will tell you out of that which concept is more important. And as regards to case studies is concerned, it is incredible. We have discussed. You can talk to Rohan, you can talk to Samarth and Samson. We have covered the Fortune 500. We have selected some cases from the top 100 Fortune 500 companies, right from Microsoft, IBM to Mumbai Dabbawala case. Covering all services operations management, and of course to some extent supply chain management also, which is a part of services operation management, and some banks, hospitals, then food industry, aviation. We have taken cases from almost every important sector, and it is not the bookish cases, it is the latest position also. We have covered some of the best practices which these sectors follow, that we have covered. Believe me, there will be at least one case for your examination, minimum one case. Maybe I will give you 2 or 3 cases, so that if you analyze those cases, at least one of them you will be able to attempt in your examination next week. Okay, we'll go ahead. That apart, I have sent you one small PDF file. Maybe some I don't know, maybe some 100 pages, which covers almost all the important questions with brief answers. What do you call, ideal answers. I have given you answers also. So as a last minute preparation, even if you cannot go through all that chapters, if you read the reading material which I have sent recently, I have also given you 150 pages of MCQs, short notes, cases, question answers. So if you cannot read the textbook, But even there, I tell you, it's better you at least read the summary of that textbook where question answers are given. Okay, at least one case, relevant case. Then I will be in a better position to. I'm not telling attempt examination. You will be in a better position to score distinction. I'm also equally concerned for this examination because though I would not like to share my personal problems here, you'll be surprised to know just 2 weeks ago I underwent a major operation for cancer. But still I was concerned, oh my God, what happens? Because that is my responsibility. I have accepted this, to make my students prepared to face the corporate world as far as its services operations management is concerned. So today I thought whatever may be the problem, let me record at least maybe 1 hour or maybe two parts, what you should study for this ensuing examination next week. Okay, here it is. Let's go ahead. First, let us browse through that reading material which I have sent you. Then I will open all the PPT slides. I will not read all the PPT slides quickly, so that some of the students could not attend my session. At least they can take screenshot of that PPT slide, and then they can zoom and read it. I have edited and prepared PPT slides containing all important concepts, diagrams, charts. Okay, that would certainly help you for your examination. So basically, this session is to give you some tips and to motivate you to prepare for the examination as a last minute attempt. I'm not blaming you because you are busy with so many other activities, appearing for interviews and searching for internships. Okay, so at least spend maybe max 2 hours to view my video. That would certainly help you for your examination. Okay, all the best for your exam. Let's go ahead. Just give me a second. Okay, that question answers, I'm not able to see this. Maybe I will cover that at the end. Let's have a quick browse through of PPT slides. Okay. Okay, this is chapter number 3, 1 and 2 I have not shown. This talks about service strategy. What is service strategy and how the service strategy reflect the overall strategic aims of the business, satisfy the requirement of its market, take into account the practicalities of how a service can be delivered, and develop the capabilities of the organization, service resources and processes. Of course, we have covered 1 or 2 case studies. If you can use this diagram also, it's well and good. Quite possibly you may expect a short notes or question on this. What are they? Let me just zoom it a little bit so that you will be able to read this properly. This is 6 elements of service strategy. Okay. What are they? There are 6 elements: strategic aims, market environment, service positioning, service concept, performance objectives, service resources and processes. This is altogether put known as service strategy, and for each one of them you must be able to give some practical examples based on the case exercises and the case lists which you have discussed in our earlier session. Operation capabilities, strategic intentions, the value addition, and what are the operations objectives. All these things you should be able to discuss. Next comes competing on product or experience. Perhaps at least for this examination, you can skip this. but still you must remember what it is we have talked about: competing on product or experience, unbalanced service, failing experiences, how to retain the customer, how to retain the loyalty of the customer, how we should provide world-class service. Okay, it may be rare, but it is an aspiration. No, you must aspire, even though you can't, even though you may claim you will be able to give world-class service. What has to be done if at all you want to provide a world-class service? In chapter number 17, if you remember, I have covered how, if at all you want to improve upon your existing services and you want to convert that into world-class service, what are the steps to be followed. I have already delivered a detailed session on that. What is average service, what is failing service, what is unbalanced service, ultimately what we should ask for, that is a world-class service. Maybe either for a short note or it may be for 10 marks question, you may get this. Concentrate on this subject. What is the current services, what are the processes, the people, the culture, and the communication to enthuse your people and to bring about change, so that the organization vision or organization mission is achieved. Okay, this is as I told you, this session is not to teach you all the concept we've already taught, but this is meant for only those students who have missed my earlier session and those who are preparing for your examination as a last minute tips and guidelines. Okay, so now this is about chapter number 3. Chapter number 1 and 2 talks about what is service, what are the characteristics of services. You remember that EHIV, intangibility, homogeneity, perishability, okay, inseparability, and difference between services management in manufacturing sector versus service sector. So chapter number 1 and 2 I have not covered here, because these are all fundamentals, basics that even without my help you will be able to understand. So now chapter number 3 over, let us go for the next chapter. As I told you, I will be showing all the chapters and what you have to focus from examination point of view. This is purely exam oriented section. Okay, let me go for chapter 3 now. Oh, chapter number 2 is also here. Let me go. Okay, chapter number 2 is also there. As I told you, for each chapter the number of slides are anything about 15 to 20, but as you can see here, I have edited all those things and I have just made either 3 or 4 because it's purely for exam oriented preparatory session. Okay, capsule session, exam oriented. That's why you don't see all the details here. So here for chapter number 3 there are only 3 slides. If you focus on this, I'm quite sure you'll be in a better position to get not first class, distinction. That's what I want. From all my 12 universities which I have taught so far, I always tell my student, no, I don't want anything less than distinction. If you aim at distinction, okay, at least you will get first class. On all my videos, if you see in YouTube also, invariably I told you, your progress card, what is known as your marks card, is a visa for your better corporate career, like a visa, for a better corporate career. So if you show that you are some either first class or a distinction, that shows you have been very serious student, a brilliant student, and you have put in without putting effort. Certainly you can't get distinction. No? We don't distribute marks. Okay, so that is passport. That is a visa for your better career. That's why I expect you to get at least distinction in this topic. Okay, I'm selfish there. All right. Now, so here that shows only 3 slides. Focus on this. What is this? It talks about service classification derived from e-commerce. How the services have been classified. If it is business, if it is a government, if it is consumer. That is what we call B2B, B2G, B2C, then G2B, G2G, G2C, C2B, customer to business. C2G, customer to government. C2C, consumer to consumer. So as I told you, this is not a section to explain all those things. If you want to just, you can take a photo of this from your mobile, because the earlier slides, they're anywhere around 20. Maybe you don't have that much patience because you have to prepare the examination, that was patience to go through. So here, whatever I have selected, all core concepts I have selected from out of the chapter. Take a photo of this, then zoom it, and if you don't understand anything, then I have given you a lot of reading material, the textbook, you can go back. Not only that, I am always open. You can talk to me any day in the evening between 7 and 8. Ask me, Professor Rao sir, this particular thing I have not understood. Like for example, I was talking about perishability, one of the characteristics of the service. What do you mean by perishability, or what do you mean by homogeneity? Okay, you can talk to me, no problem. If you still cannot, nowadays there is an ocean of information through Google. Unfortunately, when you go for Google, now you will get 100,000 websites. You don't know which one to select, whether it is reliable. Sometimes even people with half knowledge like me, they also post without understanding either. At that time they post to Google. So don't rely on Google. And that's why I've given you the best textbooks also, which you must know, particularly of international authors. Okay, so now this is, there may be a short note for you. What is that? Service classification derived from e-commerce, or business, government and consumer. Please focus on this. There may be a short note on this. Next. C2C services that facilitate transaction between customer to customer. Okay, now remember this diagram. Okay, so that for short note you can add this. What do you mean by C2C payment website? How delivery or product or service from consumer A to consumer B, C2C takes place. Next, comparing airline operations. Now, you remember we have seen Pacific Airways, British Airways, Singapore Airlines. So many airlines we have compared. Why, for example, Pacific Airways is one of the best. Okay, and why some of the airways like Kingfisher, why they have failed. All those things we have discussed during our case analysis, and there may be a question for your examination. Select any one of the airlines, and what are the factors that drive a better service or quality in service. What are the components in service sector that you should focus if you really want to give a world-class service? So it may be airline, it may be shipping, it may be courier, it may be even your Zomato or pizza delivery, food service. We have covered every sector. So here it is about airline operation. I'm not going to read this. So you have to develop a model, a better business model. Okay. Now in that business model, what business model they are using, existing one, does it need any further improvement? What is the network they have? About the cabin services. Okay, cabin services, sometimes they may serve food, it may be free drinks. I remember when I went to London 2 years ago to attend one of the university's convocation ceremony. I was wondering, they used to ask, they will give even wine also, whatever wine you want to select. That's one of the leading airways. Then the locations, the volume, the booking system, the follow-up system. So this is airline operations. So similarly, I may ask your hospital visit. I may ask, say you want to buy a house. You are meeting an agent, a consultant. What are the components? That is known as chain, the network chain involved for this entire operation, right from contacting a consultant, that is broker, let us say no brokerage, till you move to your new house. And in fact, in my last session I was asking you why post office comes into picture in this network, in this supply chain network, because post office, your address has to be changed from old residential address to new residential. So what are the elements, what are the components, what are the people or processor involved in the entire supply chain management when it comes to airline. Similarly, I may ask, it may be food service. Okay, so there will be one question, please remember, on develop, let's say, supply chain network for an hospital service, undergo surgery. So that you have to do on your own. Okay, that is chapter number 2. As I told you, I'll be very quick, fast, because I have to show you entire chapter which I have covered for your entire semester. 4. Oh my God, this consists of 6 slides. I think this should be a very important chapter. All chapters, as you have seen, consists of at least 20 to 25 slides. Very detailed study we have done. But this is just because this is the examination purpose, I repeat. So I have pruned it. I selected only important slides. But still, I'm sorry, it is 6 slides. Let's see what it talks about. It talks about structure of a typical service concept. Organizing idea. That's what do you mean by service concept? Then what is service provided? What is service provided? What is service received? What is the gap? No, this is the structure. Then comes service concept of this one. This is a case actually. Mid-on business solution. This will not go into this case, but this is an example. So that based on this illustration, you will be in a better position to develop. Say for example, service received. What is service outcomes? Here we have talked about CSR also. Then customer experience. I told you we don't sell products, we don't sell service. What is that we sell? We sell experience. Friendly, motivated, feeling that issue is of high concern to the consultant. Feel like we are giving back. Peace of mind, harmony, optimism. Do you remember there are 18 emotional concepts you have discussed, strong to weak in service. So you are not selling service, you are not selling product, you are selling experience, you are selling a feeling. Okay, so you have to read this. Finally, you can see I have taken an example of McDonald's. Forever Young, McDonald's, their post, Forever Young, organization. What is the idea? Pleasant, value for money, dining and takeaway food. What is service concept? This is McDonald's, a trusted and consistent provider of wholesome food and beverages, and the service environment, ambience, what you call it, ambience, in which to consume them, whether the customer wants to eat quickly or have a more leisurely during experience. What type of ambience you provide? Then what type of services? Fast, wholesome, inexpensive. Okay, and there is Wi-Fi, there is mixed dining environment, and lingering zone, there is a parking place, you can grab, and there is a family zone. And last week, last month, attended one of the kids' birthday. It was done in McDonald's environment. Everybody enjoyed, So family zone, kids zone, table service. These are all services provided. But what is the service received? Look at this is very important with reference to McDonald's. Customer, what is the customer experience? What is the outcome? We even in teaching also this outcome based. I may do any drama, I may try to impress upon you, but ultimately what is the outcome? What my students are capable of doing ultimately? Not in the exam, of course in the examination, as I told you to start with, then in the real corporate world. What is the outcome? So outcome is more important than your inputs. Okay, of course, inputs also should be qualitative. Now, look at this. We are talking about McDonald's. Customer experience. Tasty, quick meals. I need not wait for long time. Friendly service with smile. Eating experience according to need and time available. Comfortable chairs. Look at my chair. Very comfortable, back supported. Supposing I get such a chair in McDonald's, how happy I feel. Okay, I'm an aged fellow with back pain. I need a chair like this. Okay. Flexible surroundings. Relaxing decor. Socialization. I can talk to others also. Family and social group dining. I can invite for my birthday. Let's say all of you. Social gathering. Okay, that is my experience. What is the outcome? Felt satiated, satisfied. In fact, all along I have been telling neither quick service, nor instant service, nor satisfactory service matters for me. What is that I look for? I must feel delighted. Delighted. The word satisfaction has a limited meaning. Did you feel delight there? Rapidly delivered, take away food. Oh, I was not there, I didn't have time, I wanted to take it away. Immediately I got it. Very nicely packed, take away food. Consistently to specification, whatever I want. Okay, I don't want more chilies, I don't want more salt, I don't want sugar, whatever, specification. Please with the value for money. I got value for my money. Will come again. Will come again. Look at the outcomes. Okay, so remember this. This is the example of McDonald's. So we have discussed many cases, as I told you. All sectors I have covered, almost every sector I have covered. Okay, I may ask you any question of any sector. It may be hospital, it may be a consultant, it may be a bank. All right, I think this is the sixth one. Oh, here another very, very important sector, IT sector. I think we have talked about IBM, Microsoft and whatnot in our, so now it talks about IT, same lines as McDonald's. I'm not going to read this. What is service provided to end users? What is experience? What is outcome? I think this also will be very interesting if I study, but then today I can't really go into details. Please study this without fail. Instead of going to all the details, about what are the services provided, hardware, software, training services, help desk, phone, email, walk-in facility during daytime, desk services, even after office hours, on-call support. In fact, the computer which I am using is Dell, and a couple of times, they took the charge of my, computer to remote control, sitting somewhere in Delhi or Bangalore or whatever, and they solved my problem. So remote control, reliable infrastructure. Okay, this is various service provider we are not going to do. But what is the customer experience? Then outcome. Okay, I have covered food industry, McDonald's. Now this is about IT, equally important. I may ask you to talk on maybe Infosys or maybe Cognizant or maybe Microsoft as the case may be. Then I will not this customer experience over that. But what is the outcome? Finally, I told it all should be outcome based for end users. My IT problem sorted. No service disruptions. All critical services available. 99.995. 99.995%. Highly satisfied users. High perceived user value. And if it is customer, if it is a business leaders, plan infrastructure available. Low cost of infrastructure, low cost of service. They may give the excellent service. So if it is very high cost, I want low cost. And not only that, efficient resource utilization, high employee productivity, then IT standards and policies implemented. Whatever policies are there, they are implemented. Well, students, I don't know how much time it has taken because there are so many chapters. So this is also equally important. So I have covered here IT sector. I have covered here food sector. One is taking example of McDonald's. So let's go ahead. Number 4, 6. I will cover as much as possible quickly. This is about the customer satisfaction. What is the satisfaction level? How it has been measured. Okay, customer satisfaction, how it has to be measured. What was the expectation of customer? What type of service you are given? What is the perception of the customer? Your perception may be different. Oh, I got excellent. But whether the customer also felt in the same way, as perceived in the same way. So you have to see that perception of the customer, whether he is satisfied, and still I use the word whether he is delighted. Not satisfied. Okay. Now, how we have to measure that delighted? I'm sorry for the disruptions. I was talking about how the customer satisfaction has to be measured. Is he delighted? Is he satisfied? Is he dissatisfied? How this has to be measured. And if at all there is a mismatch, where that gap occurs between expectation and service, or between service and perception and satisfaction, you have to find out the gaps. You have to fill in those gaps. Here again it's an example of clinic. I'm not going to read. When you visit a clinic or when you visit a hospital, supposing now in fact in one of my sessions I discussed my recent visit to a hospital in Pune to undergo major operation. Right from day one of consulting the doctor till I was discharged. In fact, I have given my own experience, whether I was satisfied, what are the gaps and what are the networks, what are the chain of services involved. In one of my sessions I have discussed this. Please go through that video. Now, if at all I say as a customer I felt delighted, 0 minutes wait. I was recognized. They are all friendliness. It is not sympathy. Sympathy is only lip service. Empathy. I am delighted. Supposing I had to wait 15 minutes, the diagnosis was incorrect. The room, the reception was just, not really warm and satisfactory. So I am dissatisfied. So that is how it has to be measured. What are the factors to be measured? Now, please focus on this. I have discussed at length in one of my sessions 18 service quality factors. 18 service quality factors. And I have given examples to each one of these in my session. Let me quickly read, and maybe I have to stop the video here. Then I will continue in part 2. Quickly I will read. Aesthetics. I was talking about ambience, availability. For each one of these, I have given an example, either it is a hospital or whether it may be a mall, or it may be even your hairdressing salon. Attentiveness, cleanliness, commitment, access, comfort, communication, care, courtesy, competence. Got these 3 C's: care, courtesy, competence, security, flexibility, functionality, integrity, responsiveness, reliability. Now you may say, Professor Rao, these are all bookish theories. No, my dear. It's not bookish theories. Customer certainly expect all, whether as soon as you went there, somebody recognized you, and the environment is very clean, hygiene. So all these 18 service quality factors. Dear students, please remember there will be one question on this. Maybe I will ask you list down any 10 service quality factors and discuss your experience with any 5 of them. So first list down 10 service, 18 difficult to list down. Okay, 10. Then your experience. See, you have visited mall, you have visited hospital, you have visited hotel. Just now you are talking about McDonald's. Okay, you have visited doctor. So take any one of that example. In fact, to tell you very frankly, again, it's not proper to tell you. You will certainly find a question on this. Okay, 18 service quality factors. Then this is about a case study. This is about hospital case study. We have taken Singapore hospital. Remember, communication, competence, courtesy, reliability, privacy, functionality, all these things with reference to that hospital case we have discussed. Okay. Oh my God, this contains nurse, radiographer, manager, your experience with each one of them. Okay, I will close this. This is a very lengthy one. So maybe let me see. I don't know how much time it has taken now. Let me take one more slide. Customer relationship. I don't know whether I have discussed this. Yeah, here it is another example. Customer and services involved in a booking holiday through a tour operator. Let's say you want to go on holiday. It may be long holiday, it may be short holiday. You want to book that holiday home through a tour operator. What are the services involved? We cannot really discuss this. Very lengthy one. I'll just zoom it. I'm not going to read. Just take a photo of this. Every aspect you have to discuss. Right from look at this chain. That's what we were talking about. Supply chain management. There is the aviation authority. There is a catering services. There is baggage handling. There is a food supplier, beverage supplier, transport supplier, restaurants, bar, housekeeping. So all these things, what type of services they provide. Air travel to destination, from airport to your house. Maybe Ola is involved, Uber is involved. All these components, at every stage, you as a customer, what do you expect? And what type of experience you undergo, and what is the outcome you have to discuss. Quite possible, we have already discussed. I may ask this question also. Discuss the persons and network involved for booking a holiday through a tour operator. You have to mention maybe 7-8 points taken from this, and write 2 or 3 sentences each one of them. The next slide. This is one more very crucial aspect. We are talking about customer experience. Look at the emotions that he undergoes when he is receiving either at the time of receiving the service, or at the end of the service. What type of emotions your experience, your customer experiences. Just have a quick look. I am not going to read this. Maybe I will stop. This is chapter 7, and another 10 chapters are there. Okay, 17 chapters. I'll simply show you why I'm showing this. This is extremely important from your examination point of view. There will be either a lengthy question of 10 marks, or it may be a short notes of 5 marks, and there will be one case on this. Okay, now there are weak to strong. Okay, now euphoric, ecstatic, enthralled, then intimate, passionate, excited, kindness. Then if it comes to weak, panic, shock, alarm, wonder. Then if it is shame, remorse, I really regret, I don't want to visit that fellow again. I was confused. Then I was panicked, intimidated, horrified. Quite possible in some government organization you experience this type of thing. So joy, love, surprise, shame, fear, anger, sadness. These are some of the, see, this is the psychological aspect of the customer. It is not just you simply sell a product. That doesn't end there. So these are some of the emotions with the customer not only experiences, he will also share with others. So if you make one customer happy, quite possible we will bring another 10 customers to you. So I will stop this video here, and in part 2 we'll continue with another 10 slides. This is, I repeat, some of you who are listening to me for the first time, you will not understand anything. Only those who have already attended all the 17 chapters, only they will be able to relate to what I am speaking today. But still, it would give an bird's eye view, a overview of what is services operations management. Okay, friends, we will meet again in part 2. I'll stop here. We'll meet in the next part 2 video. I will cover whatever is left over. Okay, bye.